Welcome to Sawwana and Eric's Eye on Anthem.
I like that. You switched it up. Thank you.
I'm going to intro, I'm going to say my name first.
You just did.
I did.
Yes.
Today, I'm super excited. A good friend. We have Joe with iSwing that we're interviewing. Thank you for coming, Joe. Thanks for being
thanks
here.
for having me.
Yeah,
Excited
of
to be here.
course. Talk to us about iSwing. It's located in Anthem, Arizona. What's it all about? What do you guys do?
All right. So iSwing is an indoor golf facility, Anthem, Arizona. We just passed about a couple months past our 2-year mark. So that's really exciting. I think anything that lasts in Anthem for a couple of years is a big accomplishment. We can talk more about that later. But so we're an indoor golf facility, 5 bays, really dedicated to practice, performance training. We do some junior programs, we do leagues, we do lessons, so really full suite of golf offerings.
You guys have a lot of leagues. Talk to me about those. I see some friends post that they're in them and whatnot, and it seems really fun.
Yeah, I love the leagues. That's something, we didn't start until about, halfway into our first year, and it's really just taken off. And there's a lot of ways to do league. Anybody that plays golf, right? There's different formats. There's stroke play and scramble and match, and you can do singles or pairs or foursomes, and right. There's so many ways to structure. And when we were setting out to do leagues, we thought, I looked at it like, what would I want to do, right? I'm a guy in my 30s, 40s, right? And it's got to be convenient. It's got to be fun. It's got to be something that like the average person thinks, I want to compete a little bit, but I know I'm not going anywhere in golf. Like this is beer league golf with a little twist of competition and convenience. We do it 9 holes a week, so it's not a huge time commitment, right? It's something that you don't need a lot of time. We tried to keep it affordable, right? So it's just something where it's like, hey, grab a buddy, come in an hour a week, play your 9 holes. You get a beer with your round, and then there's some competition involved. So we've actually grown from one league. Initially, it was just a single level to now, as more and more teams have joined, we now have A, B, C, and even D level. So we've got 3 levels. So really, it doesn't matter how good your team is or how you are as a player. There's something for you. And we don't have a league night like I know some places do. Wednesday nights league night or Saturdays. But we wanted it to be for everyone. We wanted everyone to have a chance to play. Right? People are busy, families, kids, jobs. So it's whenever it works for you. You set your tee time. It's you and your partner. If Saturday morning works for you, Saturday morning it is. If Wednesday night. So really, leagues span the whole week. And I love it. It brings such good energy to the place. Yeah. When I walk in there and there's leagues going, it's just a whole different level of fun in there. And I enjoy it. So
the camaraderie.
Yeah, the camaraderie. Like I said, it's a little bit of competition, but it's really more. It's fun. It's kind of like your new age kind of bowling league if you think about years ago.
Does your outdoor handicap in golf translate to the indoor golf? That's what I'm sitting there thinking, like, which league would I be in? A, C, or D? Yeah, I'm like, D.
So funny. I think a lot of new teams, either they're not confident in their skill level or they're trying to sandbag because we get a lot of registrations for C and D and we have to move people up. But what we've grown to learn through the years is individual score is really not relevant. It's your team score because, you could have one player that is exceptional and then partnered with a very novice or terrible golfer. In a scramble format, you're probably going to play most of the balls from that better player. So we go by team score, but it's kind of the better player sort of dictates the level. Because if you think about it, as a scramble, you're only going to be better than the best player. You're not going to be worse because if you used all the shots from the best player, then that's the level, right? So we don't factor in handicap. We keep it simple. And for new teams that join, we give them a free practice round. We put them on a 9-hole course that we've played many times with different teams. So we know whatever you score on that course, we can kind of gauge where you fit.
Bell curve.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there an individual championship tournament?
No. So right now every league we do is the A30 is a 2-player scramble format. And they run like 6 to 8 weeks, and then we just keep, we take a little break and then cycle right back through. So we're in our 10th season right now. We are considering and looking at ways to do single, but haven't quite come up with the right format yet. Because that usually involves handicap at that point.
Right. I don't know if I trust any of my friends to play They couldn't carry us. I'd have to carry all the weight, because I'm a really good golfer.
Get Lambo to golf.
I'm just
with
kidding.
you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
He'll take care of you.
Yeah, he would.
He would.
Yeah.
Talk about your junior program. So I know Boulder Creek has a golf team. Do you work a lot with them and coaching and things like that?
Yeah. We at iSwing, we definitely we're really focusing and emphasizing on junior golf development. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's like the mission statement of the business, but it's definitely a focus area for us. I'll say one, because we look at indoor golf as sort of a lowering the barrier of entry to golf. When you think about some of the things that make golf challenging to get involved in, it's an expensive sport. Not everybody is really, it's not accessible to everyone, whether geographically where you live or just the time element of going out and playing golf, right? So indoor sort of solves a lot of those challenges to getting into the sport. So we are really focusing on junior golfers, obviously North Phoenix and Anthem specifically. There's a lot of them. So we've developed a number of different programs. We have, junior lessons. We do lessons for all ages, but junior lessons. We have a junior membership, which is basically a cheaper version of the adult membership, same package, same layout and all that, but it's more budget friendly for junior golfers. And they can still obviously bring their parents and siblings and that sort of thing, but it gives that cheaper option to get into it. We have a partnership with the Anthem Community Center, where we run a junior golf program through them. They don't have golf, obviously, that kind of facility. It's basketball, soccer, and those sports, but we are sort of the hosting, the golf outlet for junior golf through them. And we kind of treat that as more of our beginner, kind of intermediate level. We do junior camps in-house, and we're going to, kind of be coming out shortly here with more advanced junior program. So we're kind of covering all elements of that. And recently, actually, we just got approved to accept ESA funds.
Oh, very
so that's been a kind of a big, I guess, tailwind for junior programs. Is the homeschooling market's huge. It's growing, especially up in our area. And even if it's not homeschooling, there anybody in, non-public school system can apply and can get state money for both, the school, whether it's books or anything related to schooling. But you think about the homeschooling market, where there's not traditional after-school programs, or you don't really have a school sport, right? So if you have a program like golf and you have an instructor, a certified instructor like we do, you can offer ESA services basically through your facility and through your pro. So we do that, and that's been driving a lot of junior business our way, because parents are getting that state money. They use it on schooling, but they can use it on the extracurricular activities as well.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. How did you get into golf? Like, are you a golf lover, or are you how did this land and come about? Tell us about that.
I'm not a great golfer. I'm sure you'd destroy me if we went out and played. No, I love the sport. I've been playing, I don't know, really didn't even start that young, late teen years, and just enjoyed playing. Found it kind of just mentally and physically therapeutic just to get out on the course. I grew up playing like more contact sports, hockey and football and those things, but golf was obviously, it's a different pace. It's a mental challenge more so than a physical challenge. So I love the sport. I watch it, and living in Anthem now for 8 years, after the first year or two, realized like there's, selfishly, there wasn't really anywhere local for me to go play golf. I mean, there's the country club that I don't belong to. Yeah. So the nearest driving range is 25 minutes down the road. So just to go hit balls, it becomes an hour plus event, right? You have the drive, you check in, bucket of balls, go to the range, hit, back up. So it's like there was nothing closer. Initially, actually, my initial idea was I wanted to do an outdoor driving range up in North Phoenix. Well, you see what's going on with TSMC and all the building, right? Land is not cheap, and it's mostly all spoken for. So we kind of pivoted that idea, went into the indoor space, really to provide, like I said earlier, that to reduce the barrier of entry for really anyone that doesn't have access, but also just to provide a new option, a new indoor and training and practice option to North Phoenix, to Anthem, because of people like myself who selfishly just wanted a place to play golf.
Is iSwing a franchise, or this is something you completely created on your own?
Nope, just individual, one-off. I get a lot of questions from customers that either want to see or asking about other locations, right? Where I think people assume it's a franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think you did such a good job.
I know the name iSwing like just sounds so professional and cool. I think that's
cool.
Everything you
like
created.
when I thought, I'm like, I thought it was a franchise until I met you, and I was like, oh, it's just a mom and pop shop, which makes it even cooler.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
impressive.
maybe someday. I think that'd be cool, right? That's kind of dreaming a little bigger, and more locations would be great. But I also realize that at our stage, for us, quality is important, service is important. Those are kind of the pillars of our business. We kind of touched on that with Anthem being a tough town. I think you have to have high quality, you have to have high service. And I don't want that to diminish. So I think if you start, at least for me, in this stage, opening more than one location right now, I think would probably dilute the quality and the service of this place. And so I really want to perfect this and do this one well before growing into more. But I certainly think that's part of the future plans.
No, yeah, it's hard. I mean, even you've experienced probably you have employees and things like that. The second that it becomes it's not just us anymore, then we're relying on these other people to provide the same.
Right. Exact carrying.
We're putting our baby in someone's hands. Yeah.
That's definitely a challenge. So well, maybe someday.
You guys also do a lot of events with Homeland Brew Co. We love Mike.
Yeah.
Love Mike.
I was in Homeland and him and like 20 guys came in. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we're just in a golf league over at iSwing. And I'm like, it's sweet.
It's become a cool synergy. Obviously, they're right around the corner, so the location part makes it easy. And Mike's a friend of mine. We've grown close through, even before he opened Homeland. I remember sitting in a morning chamber meeting. That's when I first met him.
Oh, really?
And he was at our table just randomly and talk about the value of kind of the chamber and just business owners and that network thing. But that's how we met. Found out he loved golf, and he actually joined and was a member at iSwing before Homeland even opened. So then obviously that we have collaborations. We do a beer collab. We have Homeland beer on at iSwing. We just recently launched a Saturday night. I don't know if you guys know about that. We have a Saturday night. It's called Swing and Swig.
So that's be careful with that one in Anthem.
Sounds right up your alley.
My alley. Not
I
anymore.
wasn't going there with that. But
Too late.
you said it.
But
it's fun. Right? So we do things like that where we'll do some golf, then go for beers after, or vice versa. But yeah, I mean, a lot of our league players are big customers over there, or fans of the place. But the Saturday night thing is it's half off golf suites, and then everybody in your group gets a voucher for a half off beer. So the idea is come in, golf at half price on the weekend, and then you get a beer voucher, go over there, have a beer, half price over there.
Do you traditionally see like weekend nights are slower than weekday nights in your industry?
It kind of depends. It's really so seasonal. Such a seasonal business, but
when are you busier? Summer or winter?
Summer
because no one wants to go outside and play.
So,
for sure.
This early heat is great. I love it from a business perspective,
right.
and not just as a resident. But yeah, so weeknights have become busy because of leagues, which is good. We kind of created that, but weekend nights, it's a different customer base. The weekdays are leagues. It's members using hours. It's more of the game improvement side of it. People that want to come in and get a lot of data and feedback on their swing and their distance and their clubs and all that. And then the weekend tends to be more the entertainment side. People that are renting bays, groups, families, kids. The software offer. We have over 2,300 courses, so you can come in and kind of play that dream course that you've always wanted to play. Like a lot of people want to play Augusta, Pebble, Sawgrass, some of those courses. And then there's just a ton of games. Like you can turn that simulator screen into like a Topgolf looking environment, which is great again for kids because, an 8-year-old kid doesn't necessarily stay focused long enough to play a golf course. Could be boring for them. So when you can make it fun, there's courses that we have are Minecraft, Bluey, Jurassic Park, Winter Wonderland. Like there's such cool themed courses that it's great because it keeps kids interested and entertained, but they're still playing golf and they're still learning how to hit different length shots and accuracy and all that.
And then it's fun for like team building things. I've had the tenants all come for like a tenant happy hour, and then we bring the food in, but then they can do fun. Like maybe they're not all professional golfers and they necessarily care about their swing. But
that's the best people to watch, really, when they don't know how to golf and they swing a club.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You'd be, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't be, Eric, but what I see...
Do you film them? Do you film some of them?
Shot,
that's all I want to know.
Like it blows my mind how where they can hit a golf ball in terms of
behind
straight
it's
up,
like in your ceiling,
straight sideways. I don't know how they end up backwards, but it's amazing. So that's been a challenge, I should say, is protecting the facility from these rogue shots that go places they're not supposed to go. But that's part of the, welcoming every level of players. Mm-hmm. We have people that come in that have never swung a club before, and that's great. Yep. That's that barrier to entry that we're trying to break.
Have you seen any increase in business due directly to the Tiger Indoor League that they play on ESPN now? Because there's almost timing wise, you opened when Tiger's League started.
Yeah, it wasn't long after. It's definitely a tailwind, and I'd say more for the industry as a whole. I don't know if I can say I can measure the impact again because we're so seasonal with weather and things going on. Even like in a town like Anthem too, it's like what's going on. We might have a dead weekend, and it's because there's a lot going on at the park, right? Yeah. Like there's things like that you just can't control. So overall, I don't know if I could say the numbers show that it's been an impact, but I think generally it has been a huge tailwind for indoor golf. When you see the pros that you're watching on Sunday, or almost validating the experience by doing it, right? They're playing indoor golf, so it's made it more mainstream, right? It's on your national TV channels. But I think what it's doing too is I think it's good for the sport of golf. Maybe not everybody agrees. I think there's some people that feel strongly that golf's an outdoor sport, but think about TGL. That's really the first time you get a look at like the personality of these people, right? Because you watch them on golf and it's very stoic. They don't show much emotion. The tournaments are very serious, and then they get in this indoor environment when they're literally kind of on a stage. It's a stadium, and they're mic'd up and they're having fun and they're joking with each other. And I think that's good for golf because it's getting, for them, from their own personal brands, of course, but it's getting people that are younger and maybe more interested in golf to see this can be a fun game. And then when they're watching that, they go, well, where can I play indoor? And that's where maybe the tailwind comes from. So they start searching for places near them.
Yeah, I didn't think about seeing the personality because you don't see the personality when they're on tour.
Right.
But inside, like, if you ever play with some of them, you get to see their personality. But it
makes them a lot of them more likable. I mean, there's certain players that I had no idea were so much fun to watch. And now I cheer for them now on their regular tour. So I think it's been good. Yeah.
What's your biggest hurdle as a small business owner?
Ooh, getting people in the door.
Yeah.
No, I think, I'd say I think everybody maybe that starts a business sort of goes into it thinking, well, I'm just going to build it and people are going to show up. Mm-hmm. I mean, even though you hope that's not true, but like, or you hope it's true, but I think what you realize quickly is like there's that shock. I mean, when you first open the doors and it's like week one, day one, hour one, and you're like, okay, so
what did I do?
Have to work really hard to get people in, and then advertising comes at a significant cost, and then there's so many options for how do you attack that. Are you putting your name on shopping carts? Are you paying for click ads in social media? Are you just going pure free organic route? Like there's so many options where you have to really think, like you have to kind of know who you're going after. Yeah. And my approach was just to not go broke trying to advertise. It was try to build a high quality product that people would want to talk about. And I think just going the word of mouth route, especially in a town like Anthem, has really helped because we don't really advertise. We have our social media pages, but we're not spending a lot of money, if any, to just pump the name out there. But people come in. So we have the I-17 frontage, so that helps people see the sign. But generally, we're kind of tucked around the back of a building, right? So we don't have great visibility. So people that are coming because they've looked for it or someone told them about it, and that word of mouth has been the biggest thing. In Anthem. So I said the challenge is continuing to push that, continuing to find ways to reach more people, because you kind of, when you start to grow, like it's easy to plateau. Yeah. Like you've reached the amount of people you're going to reach just through what you're doing today. So it's finding those new ways, whether it's through new offerings, changing up league formats, or coming up with new new junior programs, or things like what is it that's going to reach that next level of customer?
Yeah. I was going to ask in wrap up what your best piece of advice for a small business owner would be, but I think you just delivered 2 nuggets on that really well, which is knowing your target audience and where they're showing up at all times, right? And then not spending all of your marketing money, because there's so many options out there on where to do that.
Yeah, I think, that you got to approach it carefully and cautiously in the beginning. You watch every dollar and be careful how you spend, and then sort of I'd say the other thing is let your customers sort of help tell you what you need to focus on. Because I think you go into it thinking we're going to be this one thing, this is what we're going to do, and these are our offerings, and you got to be open to realizing that maybe that doesn't work for everyone. Maybe you remember when we first opened, we had this multi-sport room, virtual sports, soccer, football, baseball, and it was a lot of fun, but we quickly realized that it wasn't the customer base we wanted. I mean, there was some tech issues and stuff like that, but really it was like we're a golf facility. Let's do what we're good at. Let's focus on that. So not diluting too much with other things, and then also just being willing to pivot and say, look, that's not what we were going to be. It's clearly the demand's here. This is what people are coming in for. Let's focus on that. Let's drive hard that direction. So being flexible, willing to pivot, listening to really what the customer wants. So that's I'd say that's probably
top.
Yeah, the top of the list for staying agile and adapting. And don't go. Save your money. Don't go. Keep the doors open. Don't go.
There's no shortage of people asking for your money. Yes.
Get involved in the free cheap stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Where can everyone find you? Website?
Website, iSwingGolf.com, Instagram, Facebook, primarily it,
Open daily, offer memberships, leagues, junior.
Yeah, so open daily 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. weekdays, a little earlier, 9 to 9 on Saturday, open Sunday as well. But I'd say kind of any interest in golf at all, come check us out. Junior programs, adult programs. I mean, really, we're servicing 5 years old to 85 years old. It doesn't matter. We didn't talk much about lessons, but our lessons are, I'd say, becoming a really big staple or key part of iSwing. Our golf pro Ben Krager is absolutely phenomenal, and anybody that has worked with him has just sung his praises. He's exploding in terms of just his popularity. People coming to, it's word of mouth, honestly. We don't even really advertise lessons that much. We don't push it. I rarely post social media about it. And, he's doing 50, 60 lessons a month now on a very limited schedule. Like he does other things. The guy's very busy, and he has other parts of his life that he puts time into. But what he opens at iSwing fills quickly. So that's exciting. It's exciting because his juniors are growing, but his adult lessons. So lessons have become a big part of the business, and we're going to keep pushing there. But the leagues, the junior programs, or just drop in. We do have memberships. It's not all we do.
Yeah.
Anybody can drop in anytime. You can rent a bay, like you'd go to the driving range. Come in, hit balls, get some data. It can be a quick in and out, or you can spend a couple hours and play a cool course.
Let's go to Swing and Swig.
Saturdays from 5 to 9.
I can give a good testimony for indoor lessons. Okay. So I have a guy who works for me, and skinny little engineer. He drove 300. He outdrove me all the time, and I got so mad. I went to indoor place, and I said, I just want to outdrive this guy. So I went from 260 to 340 being my average drive by going indoor lessons.
What was your
It was your hips.
Yeah.
You got to move those hips.
Yeah. It makes sense.
You get those, they lead the hands, and like when you do that, they measure your wrist, your thumb, like every part of your body you didn't know has to play a part in it to get that ball that far.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have insane. That. So like I mentioned we have 5 bays, right? 3 of them are, we call them golf suites, where you can come in and it's more group size play, courses, games, really designed for the entertainment side, and the leagues play in those suites as well. But we have 2 bays in the back that are our practice bays. Basically training bay, range bay type style. So that's people that want to come get better. It's kind of like going to a driving range, but it's an indoor version. Ton of data. So what I'm getting at is both of those bays are fully outfitted with multi-angle cameras. And so you talk about watching your body, seeing your hip movement, seeing your hands. Yes, I think lessons are great if you are trying to get personalized attention and say, this is what I want to improve, right? What's wrong with my swing? But every swing you take in those bays is recorded. So you don't have to pay for a lesson. You can come in, rent the bay, 30 minutes, an hour, and you're paying really kind of the price of a large bucket of balls is $20, $30. And so there's a camera on your club face. There's a camera at point of contact. You're seeing how clean did you hit that, right? Did you thin it, right? Was it off the toe? But then there's cameras on your body. And so with every shot, you look up at the screen and you're getting a slow motion replay from front on and from the side, kind of down the line, mapping your entire swing. So it's tracing your hands, it's tracing your head, literally with color lines tracing your body as you move. And then further, there's an AI trainer module. So it takes that camera and it takes the video, breaks it into 8 frames of your swing from address through backswing, through right to the top, and then down to impact and follow through. And it takes 8 basically freeze frames of that video from front and side, and it marks up. So it's not only just the tracers, but then it puts little spots on your body where you can fix something. So it will say, if there's an issue with your stance, maybe it's too narrow, too wide, your grip, if you're casting your wrists, if you're not rotating your shoulders, it will put a little hotspot on there, and you can click on it, and then it actually tells you what's wrong. It might say, casting. People don't always know what these terms mean, or right, lack of shoulder rotation. Well, why? Then it shows you a photo, or a graphic of good versus bad in green and red. It's incredible how far this technology has come to where you can go basically get an AI lesson in a bay for $20.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the AI part.
Yeah.
Jeez, we go down a whole other road on that.
Yeah, I can do anything.
Yeah, it's incredible. You got to be careful with it, because I think what we also see is people, it's like information overload. When you come into these bays, and there's so many ways to look at your data, from distance, accuracy, groupings of clubs, and then you have the cameras and the club contact cameras. And some people I can see sometimes when we're explaining it to them, like new customers, and I'm clicking through the screens and kind of giving the tutorial, and you can see like the fear in their face, like, I'm never going to remember all this. This is too much. And I tell them, I say, you can ignore all of that and just hit balls. Or you can pick a thing you want to focus on and just look at that. But when you get to this AI trainer and it's marking up every frame of your swing, it's easy to go down that rabbit hole of saying, like, this is too much. Like, it's information overload. How do I fix all this? And so I just tell people, keep it simple. Start at frame 1. If you have a problem with your stance or your grip, fix that first. Like, what you're doing at impact doesn't matter if the first 4 steps before that there's issues.
Yeah.
So just kind of take it slow and not try to boil the ocean, right? Don't try to solve everything all at once.
It took me a year to get from where I was to where I went. He's still a better golfer, but at least I can now drive him.
It was a year to go from 260 to 340.
240 to 300?
260 to 340.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
But it took a year. Like, they broke it down complete. Like,
how important was, so that's, I think, fundamentals like swing, right?
Yeah.
Mechanics. But what about flexibility, core strength? Were you doing anything in that regard?
Well, I always went to CrossFit. So
Yeah.
I was
Saw
always
the wall.
working out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hurt all the time, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I was doing that kind of stuff, but it was mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just mechanics of your golf swing. Cause you look at the film and you're like, I swing that bad? Like, that's terrible. And then well, here's what we're going to fix today. And you spend an hour lesson, and every week you go in an hour. Like, It took a while. Completely destroyed my old swing and then brought back a new one. But it was worth it, because I can outdrive him now. That's all I wanted in life, was to outdrive him.
Yeah, that process of going through like lessons or changing your swing it's often like daunting for people, because typically you probably went through this where once you start changing something, it's in your head, right? Now, every time you line up, you're thinking, all right, do that different thing now. And whether that's at a stance or at some point in your swing. So it takes a while until that becomes natural, right? Mm-hmm. So most people get worse before they get better again. So you're breaking that swing down. Did you go through that?
Absolutely went worse. And I always wanted to be the guy, because business, golf is a big part of our business. And so I didn't want to be the guy, I don't want, he's a terrible golfer. We don't want him like when you're going out golfing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be the guy that people would actually want to play with.
Yeah.
So you have it's so vital to your golf game to practice and go in there if you want to get better. If you were just doing it for fun, don't waste the time or the money. But if you want to get better, I told everybody, like, go to this guy at this one place and your golf game will improve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'll get worse though first. Like, it sucks going through that, and you're frustrated and you're mad and you're like, why am I spending all this money on this? But in the long run, it's like anything, it's worth it.
You got to stick to it. And that's when we talked about lessons, and I was mentioning why Ben has been so popular is his approaches. There's so many different ways you can instruct, right? Some instructors are very like gadgety, right? Mm-hmm. Where they use things, arm braces and straps and balls between your elbows and things like that. And it's good for kind of making you feel something, but you're not going to golf with that stuff on, right? So I think what I appreciate about Ben is he keeps his instruction very simple, and in any lesson he doesn't give people more than like 2, maybe 3 things to work on, because like we just talked about it, if you're trying to remember 5 different things about your stance, open up hands, this, right, take it back slow, like
it's discouraging.
You're never going, like, it's too much, right? Mm-hmm. So Ben keeps it simple, and he'll take a lesson and give you 1 or 2 things and say, no, just go work on it. Just go do this and don't see me again for a month. Mm-hmm. Some people want to take a lesson Monday and a lesson Wednesday and a lesson Friday, and it's like you're doing yourself a disservice, because there's not enough time to actually like ingrain those things. You're filling your glass too full, right? Yeah. And Ben uses that expression a lot, which is like, you got to keep your glass at an appropriate level. You got to slowly fill that glass. So you have to ingrain this. So take a lesson, take 1 or 2 key points, or come to the bay, use the AI trainer, whatever it is, however you're getting your knowledge. Take it slow, and then work on it, and go practice and practice and practice. And then, like you said, it took you a year to improve, but that's a huge improvement. So now that's part of your game that's stuck with you. So.
Yeah, now we got to work on putting. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming down.
Oh, of course.
And we appreciate it, and we love iSwing. So go out, check it out if you've never been.
Yeah,
Find you on the west side of Anthem. I call them the Voight buildings, but no one even knows what I say when I say the Voight buildings.
Crossroads
right there.
Church.
Yeah. Crossroads Church building right there. iSwing. Check it out. Google it. Joe? Sawwana's Eye on Anthem. Thanks for checking us out.
Thank you so much.
All right. Go kick it in the teeth. We'll see you next time.